Guys, give me a cheer if you've enjoyed this beautiful summer that we've had. It's been amazing, hasn't it? I've loved almost everything about it. There's one thing I've not enjoyed about this summer, and that's the effect it's had on white people. Not you guys. Not you. You guys are cool. It's the rest of them I've got a problem with. The ones that have got a tan and come and stand next to me like this. Nearly there. Nearly there. Nearly fucking where? Nearly at the airport for extra security, because you know there's no tan people there, just brown motherfuckers like me. Nearly there. What? Nearly being mistaken for a taxi driver every time you pull up in a pub car park. Hashtag brown man problems. Although, to be fair, if you do need a taxi, I'll be outside in 10. Now, I am aware that when I came up here, some of you guys started playing a little game. I want you to know I don't mind. In fact, I've even named it. It's called Guess Nick's Race. In fact, I'll help you. I'll help you. I don't own a sombrero. I can't play the maracas. I am not a Mexican. Keep playing. It's a lot of fun for all the family. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nick Ahad. Ahad is an Arabic surname, and it translates as mispronounced in Starbucks. Gives me a lot of joy to be able to say that my name is Nick Ahad because, sounds weird, but until 5 years ago, I didn't know how to pronounce my own surname. Sounds weird, it's true, it's true. You see, my teachers pronounced it Ahad. The lovely people of Liverpool pronounce it Ayad. Any employer I've ever had pronounced my name Diversity Tick Box. You know it's true, right? And then 5 years ago, I got a new job. I became a radio presenter. Now, it's one of those jobs where you need to be able to say your own name. If you're still playing, by the way, I can't use chopsticks. I'm shit at maths. I'm not Chinese. Keep going. So, I became a radio presenter. And I thought, I need to work out how you actually say my name. So I went to see my dad, and I said, Asian father, because he's a stereotype. I said, Asian father, how do you actually pronounce my surname? And he said, well, son, in order to say it correctly, you need to pronounce your name Ahad. This was a bit of a problem. You see, I was presenting for local radio, BBC Radio Leeds, actually. I'm sure none of you have ever heard it. If I go on local radio and I say, this is the BBC, you're listening to Nick Ahad, here's Paul with the weather, my listeners hear something just a little bit different. See if you can spot the difference. My listeners hear this. This is the BBC. You're listening to Nick Ahad. Kill all the white people! Here's Paul with the weather. You hear it? It's subtle. It's different, isn't it? Now, the reason I have all these issues with my surname is because I'm what's known as 10-foot brown. What that means is, if you're 10 foot or closer, you look at me and you go, oh, he's a bit brown. If you're any further back, you're going, I don't know, is he tanned? Does he need a wash? Is he selling falafel? I'm none of those things, I'm 10 foot. If you're still playing, by the way, I want a proper meal, not tapas, I'm not Spanish. So 10-foot brown, or as we actually like to call it, mixed race. We don't like to call it half rice, half chips. We don't describe it as having a touch of the tar brush. I'm not a fucking KP choc dip. I'm also not Chinese, I'm not Mexican, I'm not Spanish. So what the fuck am I? Well, let me tell you. If you're still playing, here's the answer. See, I think where you're born doesn't really make you who you are. I think boundaries and countries, they're just man-made things. They don't tell you who you are. Who you are inside tells you who you are. So inside, I'm a very positive, upbeat, optimistic kind of person. I'm not very cool. I don't understand irony. I fucking love a gun. I think if you want to be like in public office, you should just go on reality telly. I think the poor, the sick, the elderly should pay for their own fucking healthcare. And I think the police should be allowed to shoot whoever they want. Yeah, you worked it out, haven't you? I'm American! Of course, this gives me a bit of an issue. I now need to pronounce my name, Nick Ahad!